Alrighty, it is time for today's pre-workout video, and Charlie's all ready for it. It is muggy, gross, rainy outside, and I am ready to get into the gym. Luckily, I don't have to step foot out there to get into my gym. It is right downstairs, isn't it, Charlie? Alright, so I got my pre-workout here. I love using the Gatorade bottles because of the opening up here. I don't have to use like a funnel or worry about spilling any of the stuff. I just it's big enough for me to just, so I just took the label off because I don't know, the labels kind of annoy me sometimes. And then just wrote pre-workout on it. So this is my fuel, my fire, the stuff that I desire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So, what are we doing today? Chest, triceps, and shoulders. We're taking our favorites from last week and we're just pumping them out. We're going to do a little bit similar idea to what we did yesterday. We're fine-tuning our rep counts and our set counts. We're starting off with a big movement, incline Smith, and I'm going for the 5x5 on all of these big movements on the first exercise of the day. So if I'm doing, yesterday I did rows. I'm going to push it hard, do 5 sets of 5 minimum. So if I can push out the 6, if I can push out the 7, I increase the weight a little bit. You know, if I'm not hitting the strain that I want to, then I will up the weight just slightly. So today we're doing the same thing with chest. See, it's a little bit hard for me to judge where to start based upon last week when I didn't know that I was getting sick. I didn't know that I was losing a little bit of my strength, so I was very confused as to why I wasn't lifting as much as I normally do, and I was just kind of disheartened by it a little bit. So my weight in the app that I use to track is a little bit lower predictive-wise than I probably should be having it at. So I'm starting where I think I'll be, and then I usually just increase a little bit if I feel like I'm not pushing myself hard enough. I love the easy bar that we have now. I'm going to be using it for skull crushers today. There's just so many good exercises that you can do with it, and it just feels really good. It's solid. You have to have control. You have to flex those stability muscles. I just like free bar. We don't have enough free bar stuff. So pre-workout down, which means it's T-minus 20 minutes till I am in the gym working out. All right. You might have noticed these things I have on the table. I did not roll them up nice and fancy for presentation purposes. I probably should have, but we got wrist straps here. I saw a video of Larry Wheels showing you how to put on straps. And if I'm going to be honest, I did not enjoy the way he showed as much as I've learned to do it myself. Second off, I feel like I've seen Larry Wheels wrap them the way that I'm wrapping them now, which is not the way that he showed in his tutorial video. So, in his video, he says to put your thumb through the loop and have it dangle off the side like this. All right? He says to do it this way and then to start wrapping like this. All right? Now, this is all well and good, but I feel like this piece pinches a little bit. Now, I will say there's two different methodologies that I kind of follow when it comes to wrapping. So, my favorite way to wrap it for most exercises is going to be this way. Right across the inside of your wrist right there. I let it kind of have this nice straight line here, this stiff part of the wrap. I have that along my wrist to further give it support if it's a movement that is causing my wrist to want to do this. So if it's something that is causing my wrist to want to do that and I want to keep it straight and keep the pressure off of it, then I put it on this side. Then I wrap. And the main thing is you want to wrap into your palm. So if you see, I'm putting it a pretty good a ways into my palm and my hand along the wrist. And then, of course, we wrap it nice and tight at the end. And the whole point of that is to limit the movement in the wrist there, is so that you're really using the muscle that you're trying to target, right? Not needing to worry about the forearm as much. Now, on certain exercises, you're going to want, obviously, the resistance there. Now, I will say that the way that we just wrapped it will give you that resistance, right? And on most exercises, I'm going to be more comfortable with that. However, if that's something that you are like, I want even more support, that's when I would do the way that Larry Wheels had it, where you have this part in the back that's stiff, right? And it's giving you even more support right there along the back of your wrist, right? So if we're doing that, you're going to have to swap your wraps hand to hand to do it different wrapping styles. But this way, you have it right there going across the back of your wrist. And then you keep it tight with that. And then you start putting the pressure on. I feel like if you try to put too much pressure on it, you're going to pull it all the way over like that. So you kind of have to be finesse at the beginning. You know, get it into where you want it to be, right? Right there in the middle. And then you put the pressure on, right? And then, of course, you're going a little bit into your hand. And then, bam. Now you've got a very, stiff accent to your, not accent, but support to your wrist. So, if we're doing this one the same way, bam, bam, right? Have it right there. Bam, get the tightness, get into that wrist area, and pull it tight. Now we got two wrists ready to press, right? And if I was doing a bicep curl, for instance, where the wrist really wants to kind of curl up like that, I would then swap my straps and put the support there instead. Wrap it around, pin it right there where I want it and where it's most comfortable, and then I start giving that support. All right, bam. Now you got a wrist wrap ready to support your wrists. Now, I haven't dove into the elbow straps or the knee straps or anything like that because I don't think I'm lifting enough to really need them. So, but when it comes to the bicep curls, tricep pull downs, my benching, it's just nicer to take my forearms out of the equation. I think my forearms are pretty decent in terms of, how much stimulation they're getting on bicep and back day. So I don't think there's need for much more than that. Anyway, that's really what I wanted to show you guys. I really wanted to get that out there into the ether, because I saw that Larry Wheels had a video out there. I didn't see many other videos in terms of how to, so this is going to be one of them. If you want to, follow that, be my guest, but it may not be the best way. After all, I've only been doing this for like 3 or 4 months, so I'm not exactly a pro, not exactly an expert. That being said, I've done extensive research. I continue to do extensive research pretty much after every workout session. I, of course, watch my Sam Sulik videos, but then, of course, what comes after that is a bunch of questions, a bunch of things that I want to get answered by people like Mike Israetel, like fucking studies and things like that I can find on the webs, on the internet, and try to come to my own conclusions on what is going to benefit me most. So I decided that the wrist straps were an essential part of developing your mind-muscle connection, to developing a good form, a good isolation. So I think we're on the right track there. I'm going to get some more fluids into my body, and we're going to be hitting the gym. See you there. Good boy. Good boy.